Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Royal View. I'm Mary Burkott.
I'm Leo Fitzsimmons.
I'm Janine Sajisi.
Yeah, I'm Raul.
So yeah.
And we're the Royal View.
Uncomfortable.
I don't know what to say next. Okay, so yes, we are here today, and we're going to discuss some great topics. Janine.
Oh yeah, what topics are those?
Well, let's let Janine introduce
Right.
it.
So topic number one. All right, so Sunday was the MTV Movie Awards.
Yes, it was.
And
Aw.
the hosts of the MTV Movie Awards were Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Hart. And
Look at that shot. I'm sorry.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
it was great.
and the big winners were Star Wars: The Force Awakens. They won Best Movie. And
Whoa, really?
Yeah, Daisy Riley, who was
That
the
was
lead.
Daisy Ridley.
Ridley.
Sorry.
Whoops.
Nitpicking.
She
She played Ray in the movie.
She played Ray, who was the main character in the movie, and she won Best Breakthrough Performance.
She played Ray.
Also, Deadpool
Yeah,
won a
the
lot.
female lead.
Deadpool won a lot too. As
Do you
well.
think she did
Yes,
a better job than Jamie Foxx?
What?
What performance of Jamie Foxx's am I comparing hers to?
Ray?
Sorry.
Anyway, so
Fox played Ray.
Yeah,
The
Ray
Ray
Charles.
Charles movie, yeah.
But,
Oh, for the
yeah,
best.
I knew that. I got that. I actually got that. one.
Derailing the whole conversation. Okay, sorry guys. I
wow.
thought that would go by quicker than it did.
Wait, can I make a
Dude.
comment about the MTV Movie Awards though?
Wait, can I finish
Okay.
saying what I have to
that's
say?
what I'm trying
Okay,
to
yeah.
do,
Okay,
my
cool.
Say
bad.
what you need to say.
All right,
Wait.
so Charlize Theron won Best Female Performance, and Leonardo DiCaprio won Best Male Performance. Theron for Mad Max Fury Road, and DiCaprio for The Revenant.
Revenant.
Revenant?
Yeah.
I can't speak today.
You're
It's
killing the
okay.
game
It's
today,
okay.
Janine.
It's
You
okay.
got
I'm a
it.
comm major. I can't
I got
speak.
you. I'm here.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds won Best Comedic Performance for Deadpool. Chris Pratt won Best Action Performance for Jurassic World. Deadpool also won Best Fight. And I believe Pitch Perfect 2 won Best Kiss, which
yeah.
is like one of the most important actual awards at MTV.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just
Next to the
curious.
Razzies.
Yeah.
Do you know what other movies are nominated for Best Kiss?
Yeah, Deadpool was.
I don't
Revenant.
know.
All I know is that the most iconic Best Kiss winning ever was when Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams won for The Notebook, and
Yes.
then they like kissed on stage, but it was so great. Oh
Adam
my gosh.
Devine.
I thought it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, because Pitch
They
Perfect
have a
2.
Yeah,
For
Pitch Perfect
Best
2. Oh yeah, Pitch Perfect 2.
Okay.
I thought the most iconic one was Brokeback Mountain. Not that they kissed on stage, but
Well, oh, yeah, I
Brokeback
mean, like-
Mountain.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
like
almost
on
broke the
winning
dude's
on
nose.
stage.
I remember reading. I think it was
I
Heath
watched
Ledger.
Brokeback Mountain.
He
Yeah, I
almost
did
broke
too.
Jake
It's great.
Gyllenhaal's nose, like at that scene at the hotel when they finally like reconvene after all those years. And
With
they
the
had, like,
mustache?
they had the most passionate
The
kiss.
one that Michelle
he like
Williams
literally,
sees.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think
he
so,
grabs him,
yeah.
he like pushes
Yeah,
him
and he,
against
like,
the
throws him
wall, no,
against
like
the
just
wall,
getting
apparently
into
he went
it.
so hard, like he like nearly broke the dude's nose.
Do you know what the most shocking
I
thing
need a
is
freak
of
like
the-
That was
that.
a really powerful scene. So.
When I watched that film, do you know what the most shocking
Relationship
thing for me
goals,
was?
Janine.
Seeing Anne Hathaway Suits.
Yes! I was so
Wait,
young.
wait,
I
see
just like
what?
only saw Anne Hathaway as like the Princess Diaries and like
Yeah.
all
Yes!
the other Disney things that she's done. And I was watching the film and I was like, wait, that's Anne Hathaway. And like the scene right after you meet her, she's literally topless all of a sudden. I'm like, whoa! What the heck? You're the Princess of Genovia. You can't be doing that.
scandalous.
Yeah. Oh my
No,
gosh.
the most iconic kiss. Wait, what did you say?
Well, no, just the most iconic kiss that won for the MTV Movie Awards.
Was Pitch Perfect 2.
No. But I mean, like in general, of all the MTV Movie Awards, the most iconic like acceptance, I guess, of the speech
Yeah.
of the award is Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams for The Notebook because they like recreated the kiss, like, oh, I wrote you 300 and whatever letters.
Wait, was this the kiss in the
Right.
rain?
They kiss in the rain in the film.
I didn't know if they
But-
recreated that on
But
stage.
yes, that's what they were recreating basically.
They had
Ish.
buckets
They
of
just, like,
water
ran-
prepared for this moment.
Ran up to each other and
Just
like
dump it.
she jumped into his arms and they kissed perfectly
precursor
at
to
the
the
same
Ice Bucket
time. And it
Challenge.
was everyone was like,
No, the most iconic kiss is.
It's like the dancer, they have a rope
oh,
pulley
that's, I
system.
think that's
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think
How
that
about
was.
Lady and the
Spider-Man.
Tramp?
True, Lady and the Tramp.
That's
Yeah.
a real classic.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What are some other like classic
Yeah, I'm
kisses?
trying to think. Of other
There's
classic ones.
Bruno and his boyfriend.
Oh
at the
my
end of that
God.
movie. Almost got a chair to the dome.
There's like a whole list of like iconic
That was a
movie
great
kisses.
movie.
I don't know what else. I'm trying to think of other movie kisses. Like
There's,
when you
like-
think of romantic kisses, like in like in
Um,
the Princess Diaries when she has her first kiss. Even though
that's
it's not
not
a great first
iconic.
kiss,
Yeah.
she does like the pop.
But that's not everybody.
Yeah, and then all of the
Princess
garden
Diaries,
lights and the
that's an
fountains turn
easily-
on and everything.
Gordo and Lizzie. In the
I think
Fire
like
movie.
people say like Casablanca or
Yeah.
something, but I
Yeah,
never
like
saw
what's
that.
what's a kiss that's like iconic?
Gone with the Wind.
Like you can parody
Yeah.
the kiss from Lady and the Tramp. You can parody the Spider-Man kiss. Everyone's gonna know what that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You said
Gone with the Wind.
Maybe
Gone with the
like
Wind?
Grease when
When he
they're
slaps her in the face.
on the beach.
And
Oh,
then
you
they
mean at
get
the very
knocked over
beginning
by a
when
wave.
they're rolling in the wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they get knocked over by a wave. Hilarious.
the chorus singing in the background.
still look
Frankly,
perfect.
my
Relationship
dear,
goals.
I don't give a damn. And I smack
Yeah, you could do that. No, he
What
doesn't
about
slap
in
her.
Sweet, Sweet Home Alabama when
just from a video.
she's like,
Oh, I was gonna say, he closes the
they're
door.
kids and she's like, why would you want to marry
He's
me
like, tonight you're
anyway?
gonna shut
You're
me
gonna
out.
fucking
Like he
kiss
grabs
all
her
I
and he
want.
takes her up
Yeah.
the stairs and like he
I
has
think
sex with her.
Brokeback
But
Mountain is like on lists like that too.
Like classic
Best
1939.
Kiss,
Do you know
Brokeback
what I
Mountain.
have to say about
Yeah,
this
Brokeback
isn't a
Mountain's
movie,
like the
but Grey's
reunion kiss?
Anatomy.
Yeah, I think The Notebook also made it for like, I've seen lists like that
Owen
before.
Hunt and Christina Yang on Grey's Anatomy like literally have the most passionate kisses I've ever seen. Like the guy who plays Owen Hunt just looks like he's
Who?
an incredible kisser.
I've seen some adult films that have some passionate kisses.
Adult films.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
For
I mean, they're
people
paid.
of all ages.
They're paid, so I hope that they're good.
All right.
No, you would think so.
Oh, but I have a comment about
What?
the MTV Movie
Sometimes
Awards.
Really?
you see the
So,
acting of a 5-year-old.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
they're I didn't.
Leo's
Okay.
face.
So
wish the camera
the
got
MTV
that.
Movie Awards
Too late.
is normally live. Like all the MTV Awards are usually
It
live.
wasn't
Like the
live?
VMAs. No, they filmed it
Ooh.
on Saturday and then they showed it on Sunday, which I was,
Outrage.
which I was
I'll
not
sue.
happy about because I like the whole. Like the feeling of it being live, of like what could happen, anything could happen. I mean, nothing really that great happened. It was quite a boring MTV
Yeah.
Awards.
I
sometimes.
didn't even watch
And
it.
it was the
There's an Janet
25th
Jackson
anniversary. It was
and
25th
It's not the
anniversary.
Super Bowl.
No.
But I just felt like it lost some kind of feeling to it because I knew it was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
They should have had Miley dancing again.
And I like watching like the red carpets beforehand and things like that, which I know is so pretentious, blah, blah, blah. But like, I enjoy that aspect of the show. So,
Right.
How dare you? How dare you?
so yeah. But I was kind of upset by it. However, my favorite part of the entire movie awards was this. They premiered, I'm not kidding, I was on the treadmill when this happened and like, thank God, I mean, my friend was next to me watching me, but okay, I'm speaking. Anyways, they premiered the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them trailer at the MTV Movie Awards. I'm running on the treadmill and it comes on and I'm literally like running and I'm like the happiest person alive because it was amazing.
I don't know what
And
that means.
the beginning, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is it's kind of hard to explain a little bit. It's like the Wizarding World.
Isn't it a continuation of the
No,
idea?
It's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's a prequel, but it's not necessarily a prequel to Harry Potter, if that makes sense. It's a completely different person who's in that world, but like, and it's happened before the Harry Potter thing has happened. Like, so it's Newt Scamander. I'm not gonna be able to say his name right. Scamander, Newt Scamander, and
Newt Salamander.
he is actually the father of the person that Luna Lovegood ends up marrying.
This is a serious
Um,
topic.
This is very serious. But basically, the trailer, so because like obviously J.K. Rowling, like she's done with Harry Potter and everyone's like, please keep doing Harry Potter things, giving her, like everyone just wanted her to continue this world.
I mean, she's a
because it's an
millionaire. She
incredible
doesn't have
world.
to.
Let's just keep
Of course
adding
she
to the
doesn't have
world
to,
until it
but
gets
some of
run
us
down
have
to the
to
ground like
and are
everything
not
else that we
millionaires.
love.
But basically, like the beginning of the trailer, it was like J.K. Rowling invites you, and I literally was like, oh my god. And I recently went to Harry Potter World, so like, I'm just so excited. And
J.K.
I don't know if
Rowling
this is something that I should say, but when I went there, I was like going to buy a wand. Obviously, I was
I
also
don't think you
chosen at
should say
Ollivander.
this. This has nothing to do with the MTV Music Awards.
No, it does.
Did
Well,
you
no,
get
it doesn't.
picked?
But,
I know they do the little
Yeah,
thing.
it does.
I
Well,
did
no,
get
it
picked.
doesn't.
I got a wand that chose me. I didn't actually end up buying that wand because unfortunately I had my mindset on buying Hermione's wand.
She got
when I was
Voldemort's
there.
wand.
No, I didn't. The wand that chose me was an Ollivander original, and it was the one Philip Hawley. Anyways, but I was asking the worker there. I was like, listen, like, will they have a Newt Scamander wand once that movie starts to air? And they said he's like on the down low. Yeah. So.
Well, as of right now, the hardest one to find there in person is Cedric Diggory's wand, though.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Fun fact, I could not find it at
There
there
were
at
some
all.
wands that I was like, why do you even have this?
Like, everybody has a wand, though.
But I mean, no one's gonna buy some of those ones, I think.
Do you prefer the regular ones or the interactive ones?
Guess so.
I'm mad because I bought an interactive one and I wanted a regular one. I didn't realize that's what I was buying.
Sounds
because
like it.
it has like a little like.
It's got a thing at
ball.
the end.
Yeah, and
It motion
it doesn't
activates
look
with some of
real.
the stuff
Oh my
in
God.
the Wizarding
Yeah,
World,
yeah,
and
it
you get a
does.
map, I think,
I
right?
don't know if we're allowed to be talking about these kinds of products on the show.
All right, so I don't know
We're not showing it.
Anyways, you can buy Death Theater wand. Like
Okay,
buy
okay.
All right,
So let's
so I don't know what
finish
any of you guys are actually saying. Back to MTV
Quidditch,
Movie
Jimmy,
Awards.
Quidditch.
What?
Quidditch.
What is that?
I wanted to see if you knew what the word was. I don't know.
I know what Quidditch is.
You
Okay.
should all be reading Harry
Quidditch.
Potter.
All right, so during the movie awards, they always give every year they have a generation award, and it's always presented to some actor. This year was Will Smith.
Yeah, he's just some actor.
Why? I don't really know. But during his speech,
Everybody loves Will Smith.
Yeah, everyone. Well, I actually
In the
have a little bit
1990s.
of
I'm not
like,
crazy about him.
a
I'm
little
not
bit of-
either.
He was
but
great in
everybody
Fresh
loves
Prince.
him.
No,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
him,
90s.
but he's also, I don't know if he is a Scientologist or he like supports Scientology. And like, I'm pretty respectful of our religions, but like, I kind of just think that
I
whole
don't
thing.
know.
Scientology is not real.
Is not a religion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
It's
that's
not old
what
enough
I'm
to be a
saying.
religion. Anything that was made in like the 40s doesn't count.
I just feel like anybody who's involved with that kind of
It's
stuff
more like
is
a cult, if
really
anything.
pretty
Hey, you're not allowed to
crazy.
say that.
Am I?
That is.
But I mean, I guess that's
slander.
really judgy of me.
Okay.
But
It's
I
a
honestly don't really
selective
care anymore.
group
Yeah.
that's inclusive.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant to say.
But it's just for
And
like
it's
rich
definitely
people, isn't
not
it?
a pyramid scheme.
It's something I feel like I don't know.
Okay.
Leah Remini got out of there. good for her.
Anyway, while he was giving his speech, Will Smith, he showed an exclusive clip from the upcoming movie Suicide Squad, which he's going to be in. Suicide Squad's going to be a mix of like DC villains all together. I don't know exactly what the
Fighting for a
plot
good
is.
Cause, I believe.
Probably not.
No, they are.
Are
Well,
they?
Harley Quinn gets
Like,
broken
I'm
out
pretty
of jail, I
sure
think,
that
right?
like the people, like the government is getting them together to, because like who can defeat the biggest villain but a bunch of villains? Do you know what I mean? I don't know specifically the premise, but I assumed that it was trying to get these people to come together to like
For a common
cause.
goal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
To destroy Superman.
But
When
like
it-
probably at the end of it, they like do
Don't
some
talk about the
crazy
new movie.
badass thing that they were just punking them the whole time and like I don't know.
But one interesting thing about this movie, this was actually just given a premiere like not too long ago. It hasn't been released yet. It's released in the summer, but a lot of people thought this movie was going to be like a very like dark comedy because it has like the Joker and Harley Quinn and they're dark characters,
Yeah.
but they're also comedic.
And a lot of the
But-
original trailer was based around them.
Yeah, but in actuality, this movie's supposed to be like very dark and serious.
Well, the first trailer
Why so
portrayed it
serious?
in that way, I feel.
No, that's what audience members said. It was like
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
more serious than they thought it was going to be, and
What's
it was
Suicide
very
Squad?
what?
Yeah,
It wasn't
was
what
more
they
serious.
wanted.
It was very off-putting. So now apparently what they're doing is going back and reshooting some scenes to give it more of a lighter comedic value.
I feel like
So they're
How do
actually
you-
altering
how do you
it
guys-
based on the audience's reaction?
Kind of like, how do you guys actually feel about that?
I don't feel like
Well, I
people
feel like
realize
if they're
it.
only doing that to appease the audience, they might be ruining the integrity of the original script idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know if people realize this, but they actually do this a lot. It's just more on the
Yeah.
down low. Like for almost any
Yeah.
film, I remember when
Course,
the
there's
last
always
Harry Potter film.
pre-screenings,
Yeah,
yeah,
before the last
always.
Harry Potter
Yeah.
film, there was a bunch of pre-screenings, and they do this so to get the audience's reactions, so they can see, is
What
this what
works
we
and
want to
what
put
doesn't
out?
work,
Is this,
yeah.
I remember. I mean, I'm a terrible person, and
Yeah.
I remember when Deathly Hallows Part 2, there was a pre-screening, and somebody, which probably I'm sure it was illegal, released like a whole like descriptor of like everything that happened, and I of course read it. But I mean, this kind of thing happens all the time. I just feel like because it was supposed to, I feel like they're changing it like much more drastically than maybe any film has done before. But
I don't know if it's that drastic, but I had a conversation with my roommate actually the other day, and he was talking about how his problem with movies that are coming out these days is that he feels like a lot of comedic relief is like shoehorned into the plot. Like every movie always has to have like some lighthearted banter or something, and it's like, you know, I
feel like
it makes
it's
sense. It
determined by
makes-
the subject material you're dealing with.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. Like I feel like it has to be like.
Like if if you can find it to work,
Yeah.
then go for it. But like
Yeah.
don't just do it for the sake
well,
of
you
it.
see what
Exactly.
I feel like though is that especially with just like if you're trying to do an accurate depiction of like real life, not everything is serious all the time.
But
what
not
I'm
everything
saying,
is
but
funny
that's-
either.
But that's what I'm
But there's
saying.
gonna be lighthearted moments.
No. But that's what.
But you
that's what
can't
I'm
just, like,
saying.
pepper them.
Like yeah, like my whole argument is that, and his argument too is that these lighthearted moments and these comic relief moments feel forced. Like they don't seem like they
Yeah.
come from a natural place. You watch The Sopranos. Like me and my friend were watching The Sopranos right now, and that's like a hardcore drama.
Sopranos.
That's a hardcore drama.
Yeah.
Right?
But
like
it's funny,
yeah.
too, yeah.
But it's hilarious, and it's not even funny because they're trying to be funny or like the
natural.
scene is funny, but it's just like the way that they say it is just funny, just like in their mannerisms. But it's not like shoehorned in. It just happens to be kind of funny, but that's not the point of it. you know. But sometimes I just feel like they have to throw in a joke just so that it like satisfies a checklist. Because I feel like Hollywood movies, they all have a checklist of
Right.
things that they need to
Yeah.
do for it to be a hit. Because that's why all the movies are the same essentially these days. Because it's the only way they can make money. The internet's ruining movies, you guys.
And I also feel like even like, a lot of comedies.
Really metaphysical
Oh,
thing
are we
there.
supposed to? Well, what? Oh, your mic, Raoul.
Oh.
So I also feel like in comedies nowadays, there always has to be a dark moment.
Yeah.
To offset the
when
comedy.
I watched Trainwreck, which I actually really enjoyed. I know some people had some like mixed feelings about it. I thought it was really
I thought
funny.
it got relatively good reviews.
There's always a
There was
dark
like the moment where her
like
dad dies and there's
Or
a
more
funeral.
serious.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is
like
very
in the third
serious.
half of the movie, there's like a dark point,
Yeah.
and I don't. Every like recent comedy movie did that.
It's the
Every
same
single
thing.
one
Yeah,
now.
it's
And
the
I
same
don't
thing
get
where
it.
It's like, yeah, I understand life has serious moments too, but you're
Yeah.
shoehorning in a moment.
It did feel like
Yeah.
it was. I felt like they did it well in that film. Actually, one of the funniest parts that I laughed at was like I don't even remember what the exact joke was, but I remember like during the funeral, she makes this like speech or whatever, and it's really like nice and sad and also like funny or whatever, but not really that funny, but whatever. But like in the audience, there's like this one really pretentious like person, and she's like the speech had just ended, and she kind of like turns over to the person next to her, and she's like, "This makes me wish that we had found my father's remains." Like that, like so random. And I laughed for probably 10 minutes.
There was
course
one
you did.
movie that I saw a while ago. I think it was Identity Thief with Melissa McCarthy.
I
I
didn't
heard
see
that
it.
movie was decent. I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh,
why.
I saw that actually. I hated it.
Yeah, okay.
different from Tam.
Like, first of all, it wasn't like the best comedy ever. Like, it had some funny moments, but it was like, eh. And then all of a sudden, third part of the movie, there's a dark, serious moment about like her past life and stuff. I'm like,
Because you
I
always have to
don't want to
justify
see
the
that.
crappy actions of the main character. Like,
See-
oh, it's the person that's like misunderstood, and they're just such a big piece of
I
dirt,
also
but
hate that
then-
trend too. Now we have to explain our villains.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's
so-
good.
explain anything,
I
just in
think it's
general.
good in
Everything is
terms of like a
explained.
television show, just because you have that leeway and you have the episodes to do it.
You have time. Yeah, you have time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like-
but I don't need a
there's-
forced backstory of somebody on like if
yeah,
you were a real
especially
villain,
if it's
you
a
would
character
just
that
be,
doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like some movies they try to like introduce characters and like try to give them all this backstory just to be like killed off by the end of the movie, and it's like, what's the point? And TV shows do that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They're really guilty of doing that too, where it's like, oh wow, this person that I've never seen before, and they're only just now giving them character. I wonder what's gonna happen to them
Yeah.
by the end of the episode, and then they're dead.
Yeah.
You know what show's really guilty of that?
What?
Walking Dead.
Not 100%, I'd say.
They can be.
Sometimes,
Sometimes they
not.
do, but it's not. But it's like every show. Every show
Yeah.
does that. Like shows
I
that I
mean,
like do
anyone's
that.
A lot of
It makes
like,
me mad.
but movies, I've seen movies do that too, where like they try to like make you sympathize with the villain. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. Like,
Sometimes
I
I
enjoy
do,
the
but-
villain for being the villain. I don't need
Yeah.
to see like this really human backstory or
Yeah.
anything. Like a movie
Unless
that
it
did that was
matters, like-
Maleficent.
Like, should
like, it
you
gave-
want me to hate?
Maleficent is a great
Well,
villain,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but like they give her like this
See,
backstory
I
and like
actually
make you
liked
feel
that.
bad for her.
I actually liked that film. I wish that they had made it R, because I think it would have been so awesome.
Well, yeah. I feel like
They
Because
reiterated
you
maybe
know
that
what
idea
that
is
was?
not necessarily
The
bad.
point
I think it
of
just
that-
needs to.
The point
how
of
you
that
do
film
it.
was that, though. Do you know what I mean? The point of
Yeah.
that film was to give Maleficent another side to the story, which
I
I,
didn't
enjoyed
see the
because
movie.
that was the
Is she,
point
like,
of the
does
film.
she
Yeah, but
used
it
to
was
be a
like-
positive person.
Yeah,
that
it was this
turned
whole thing.
bad?
It was like one of those things where it's like
that's so
she was
predictable. Why
great,
can't she just
but
be
she
evil?
just turned bad. But she's really just a good person inside, and I'm like, I
Why can't
like
she just be
But
Yeah,
you
but they're
see,
doing
I-
that with
villains
the
are
TV show right
enjoyable
now.
because they're
Yeah,
bad,
I mean, I agree
Look at
with
Once
that
Upon a
aspect, but
Time.
not
The whole
necessarily
show's
with that
premise
movie.
is that idea.
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
And it's even like, and you can have villains that are likable and
Agree to
that have like a
disagree.
backstory that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I said, like Breaking Bad, like the villain of that show arguably is like Walt. And you start off liking him, and then over time he just becomes more and more of a piece of dirt, and then you just start less and less sympathetic.
Interesting
or cheering
character
for him. Maybe
description.
You just want to
Piece
see
of
more.
dirt.
Well, I can't say the things I want.
But you don't have to sympathize with a character in order for the character to be
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Because even though we don't sympathize with Walt's
can like
actions, you
somebody
still
for being
want
a
to see
bad
what he's going
guy.
to do. You still want
Yeah.
to see more of him. So it's like you don't need to kind of like excuse the actions. But I think that like especially with like Hollywood movies, they kind of get put into a space where it's like, oh, because this happened too with like The Wolf of Wall Street. That movie came out and everyone started saying like, oh, we're condoning the actions of Jordan Belfort. And it's like, no, it's not. Just because he's doing these awful things
Actually,
isn't glorifying
that's a great
his
movie
actions.
for not
because
making you
yeah,
feel
a lot of
bad. That's
awful things
great.
happened to him. He became abusive to his wife. He ended up losing all his money, and just like so many. He became like a drug
You
addict
never
piece
like
of crap.
find.
Like,
There's never a scene in that
Yeah,
film
he
though
would-
where
yeah.
they're like, oh, I wonder why this happened to him. It just
yeah.
did. Like
oh man, he did a lot of crazy stuff that looked like fun, and then.
But
yeah,
I find
but
it
then look at all the
interesting that people
consequences as a
automatically
result,
assume
like-
that just because they decided to make a movie portraying these events, they're
Exactly.
therefore glamorizing and condoning them.
Exactly.
That's not the case at all.
Yeah, exactly. And
his
so,
life ended up being terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's actually a really great example of a movie that didn't feel like they needed to like throw when he was younger, like he never got
Yeah.
attention from his dad or something.
No,
so
he didn't. He just,
Yeah.
when he was younger, he worked for a legitimate place,
Yeah.
and then he found out that that's not how you make money, and then he's like, oh, you can scam out people. Seems like a better route, and then he just did that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's like,
And it also, like,
you don't need to
sometimes
justify it. It's
There's
like,
not
we
like a
understand why he
reason
did it.
behind
Such a
people's
good
actions.
film.
Sometimes
I love that
people are who they are just because.
Yeah, just because they're bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time there is like a reason, but like I don't need to know it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It makes a
unfortunately,
better
like I
villain
don't
if
care. Like
you-
that's just an extra part of the story that you're wasting time on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's
Especially
your
if it's not relevant.
point,
Yeah.
like for Maleficent, I'm like saying that because I think that film, the point of it was to like
Yeah.
show you that.
At least it was, like,
Mulan's
a
bad.
They were
movie
trying
in
to
itself,
develop
it
on a
wasn't, like,
character
in
that
a
most
different
people
movie.
felt was too one-dimensional. She curses a baby, and people felt, well, what's her like motivation for doing that? That was the core
Well, I
of
mean, but I
expanding
think
on
this
like-
it.
was a completely
But I don't
different
necessarily agree
spin
with the
on
way that they
the-
went about it.
Yeah.
I think this was
I
a
like the
completely
idea.
I think it
different
was funny that they made the
our
fairies
movie.
idiots.
Yeah.
It
And
would've
I
been
think she
so
should
great.
be evil the whole time.
Well, because
or
the
maybe
thing is,
a
like,
little bit
there was
less
like a
evil
scene
and
where
then more
he
evil.
steals her wings, and like
Well, he
in
cuts
the
them
R
off.
movie, it would have been like basically it was like a metaphor of like him raping her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And that's what I think they even said that it was supposed to be, but like I think it would have been so great if that actually happened. Like if it was
Yeah.
an R film and that happened, and you're like, wow, that's really dark. That's
And why did someone
Yeah.
become like such a person? Yeah.
So I
That's
thought I
really
just felt like it
crazy.
was like a really missed opportunity.
Because like
for an R
Maleficent
film.
also has this like wrecking
it
the
was
whole
Disney,
Disney
so.
world that she's like one of the baddest
course.
villains
Yeah.
like they ever created.
Yeah. She was the
And
main
so,
villain
like-
of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
That's
So
how
like
evil she is.
to give her like this
Bad
whole like
person.
backstory, like I don't. Like it wasn't a bad movie. I did like it.
I didn't
It's just
see
like
it, so
I
I don't
didn't
know.
know how to
I
really
liked
feel
it.
about
I
it.
did like it, and you know what? I
But I find that
appreciated
so
the
interesting.
ending of
They've
it.
been doing that
think
with a
of
lot of the
someone with a
villains.
good
With the live
backstory
action
that came
Cinderella, we finally got
Came
a
later?
somewhat more
Yeah,
developed
like
backstory
somebody
about
who
why
was
the
like an
stepmother is
evil villain, and
vindictive.
then
She's
they had a
basically
backstory.
In a
angry
film
that she
or
wasted
in-
her own life
Yeah,
and she's
or
jealous of
Cinderella.
her because she
I
now
know a
has the
couple
opportunity she
from
never did. And I'm
shows,
like,
but not
I'm
But,
gonna,
like,
I'll
I don't-
digest that, but I don't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
We were talking about how Maleficent was only the first of a couple probably of near future examples of this. So like they recently made the live action Cinderella. We never really
keep
understood
doing
in the
this.
original the motivation for the stepmother being so
is
jealous
there
of
a
Cinderella.
motivation now?
They gave her a motivation. She's pretty much angry for two reasons. One, she sees and realizes that she's wasted her own life pretty much. And you find out that she loved a man for actual love before Cinderella's father. Then she married Cinderella's father for the advantageousness of his wealth pretty much. And she went through all of that loss. In addition to, she literally openly admits, which I thought was really funny, that her daughters are idiots. And she's like, yeah, they pretty much need all the help they can get. She's mad because Cinderella is actually everything she wishes she could be at this point. She has all of the opportunities. She's a good, kind, generous, trusting person. She's pretty much angry that Cinderella is everything that she can't be. And I'm like, I'm happy that you gave me some kind of motivation for her. I didn't necessarily need it because I've kind of just come to accept her as a villain.
But like she didn't get a backstory, and like that was okay.
yeah, exactly.
It wasn't necessary.
How awful it would be if like Jafar, like in the middle of the movie,
I mean, Maleficent was a
adding
great
backstory,
opportunity
like,
to
oh, the
showcase
reason
some
why I wanted
special
to be
effects,
Sultan
for
is when I was a
sure.
little kid, the Sultan was really mean to me.
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm gonna
who
show
cares?
I did my
Well, the
father.
Jungle Book is the most recent one
cares?
coming up,
But
so
the thing is, like-
Shere Khan might get a backstory.
But like, have you ever watched a movie and like thought about like the villain and be like, what's his backstory? Why is he like this? No, not
But
really.
then make
I do
your own-
sometimes, but it
I do,
depends.
If
but-
they're on screen enough, I'll be
But I'm
like,
trying
okay,
to
what's
think
your
of-
deal?
That's why
But-
I'm trying to think of an example where they did do that and give a
I just feel
backstory
like
and it
it's
worked.
more
but I'm having
effective on
sure.
television.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
have more time to build it.
Like I know on the Vampire Diaries, none of you watched it. I'm sorry, it's not gonna make sense to you. But one of my favorite villains on the show were the originals, which was Klaus Michelson, and then you introduced Elijah was introduced first, and they're like the original vampires, and so like it's like Klaus and it's
I just
Elijah,
thought-
and then Rebecca comes in, and Cole comes in, and there's Finn, and there's now another random Freya, stupid. But yeah, they went way too far. But Klaus was like this insanely bad character, and like Rebecca was like bad, and they were great. And then they kind of developed him and developed her more, and you find out why. And it was really great because like it was a show, and then you know what I mean. Like you root for them at some point. So.
But we will talk more about that after this quick PSA break. Stay tuned.
I just thought of it. Oh boy, did I?
Going to college or just anything you're pursuing is you should be challenged endlessly. You should strive for more.
In the big school, you get lost in the shuffle. Here, your professors know you by name.
They've taught me not just my trade, which is business and a minor in political science, but also made me a more well-rounded person.
I love classes where I never look at the clock. I get lost thinking about the questions that my professors ask.
We have as many Fulbrights as most of the leading Ivy League schools in the country.
The professors here are fantastic. They're bringing their real-life experiences to your classroom.
They're there to make sure that you are learning and you want to succeed.
Let's learn the concepts, let's learn the fundamentals, and then after test day, it sticks with you.
The faculty here has pushed us to be better students because they're understanding.
They push you to understand, not to just memorize.
They don't baby you. You work for everything you do. They'll help you out, but you work for everything.
Being on campus that's very supportive to allow you to become who you are, to nurture that spirit, and discover things that maybe you wouldn't have on other campuses is really vital.
I'm a neuroscience major.
I am international business and German.
I'm a accounting major.
I'm a communications major.
Exercise science.
Nursing major.
Counseling and human services.
So I'm an accounting finance double major.
Early childhood education.
Early childhood education. I'm a biology major.
I am a business finance major.
Neuroscience and philosophy double major.
Our pre-med program is top-notch.
I'm a management major.
I'm getting my master's here.
It's an exceptional education. It's a well-known institution, and I know that when I go out into the workforce, I'm going to be prepared and I'm going to be successful.
A remake.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
The Royal View. Now we're going to talk about, because The Jungle Book is coming out soon, the live action version of The Jungle Book. We're going to talk a little bit about our favorite Disney films. You know, I really wanted to use this for my demo reel, you guys.
What about like? Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, no, yeah, now it's just like completely.
Actually, no. What we could talk about? We could talk about this recent trend of Disney remaking their cartoons into live-action movies.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to cut
great
her
minds
off.
think alike. Anyway.
Yes.
So, how do you guys feel about that?
Let's start with our favorite movie. What's your favorite movie?
Our favorite animated movie, or just favorite?
What movie? Well, before we say what we think about it, I'm curious. What movie would you want to see if you had to do it?
Like, what do you mean?
Mine is being made into a live action already.
Mine is
same.
Really? Which one?
Little Mermaid.
Beauty
Mulan.
Beast.
Mulan.
Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beauty Beast
is
is that?
who's playing Mulan?
What?
Who's playing
They don't know
Mulan?
yet.
I'm
Some
not
white
sure
person
yet.
probably. No.
Yeah,
No.
honestly, probably with the trend.
A lot of people are
might
actually
be.
very afraid of that happening.
No,
You
I'm
know
sure
who should
it
do
is.
it? Arden Cho, who just left Teen Wolf. Well, she didn't leave. She was
I
recently
hope
kicked
so.
out,
I
which
feel
is
like
so
it's
ridiculous.
Brenda's song for some
Yeah,
reason.
she's awesome.
Anyways.
I mean,
Brenda's song? Okay.
Oh, I could see that, but
Well, she's worked with Disney before.
I think Arden Cho is probably better for it. Just gonna say that. Anyway.
Well, you know they won't do Lea
Yeah.
Salonga.
So, my favorite is Little Mermaid, and it's becoming a live-action film, and I'm not happy about it because Chloe
Wait,
Grace
I
Moretz was
do not
cast, and
think
I don't think she's
it's
good for it.
actually a Disney film. I think that's going to be made
it's
by
what's her
something
name?
else.
The girl who did, I think it's Sofia Coppola who's doing it, but they have to have, it has to be Disney affiliate. Well, no, I guess it
No,
doesn't.
I don't think it's actually going to be made by
Sofia
Disney.
Coppola, huh?
And you know what's so interesting as well is that like they did Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson coming out in 2017, which is far too late. I need it now. But anyways, she was originally supposed to be Belle in the Guillermo del Toro version of the Beauty and the Beast, but that actually fell through.
Yeah.
So then they offered her Beauty in, aka Belle.
Belle.
Forgot her name for a second. I was like, Beauty. They offered her that for the Disney one, which I think she's perfect for it. I'm very excited for her.
Well, she's worried about her
Okay,
singing
so
abilities,
Beauty
but
Beast is
I think she'll
actually
kill it.
not only my favorite Disney movie, but like one of my favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time.
Really?
When
It's so inaccurate.
How'd you
So
feel
were
about
you
the
happy
sequels?
with Emma Watson?
inaccurate with what?
Were you happy with the casting?
Okay, yeah. Rose
Okay,
returned to the Beast.
when I heard this was being announced that they were going to make it into a live film, I was very iffy about it because
It's like that's your movie.
The Beast.
okay, because first of all, I wasn't necessarily like I didn't know how to feel about this trend in live action movies, but I saw Cinderella, I saw Maleficent, and I was like, this actually wasn't bad. Like I like what they did with it. It was good, actually. So I was like, okay, now I'm interested to see what Beauty and the Beast is going to be like. But
With Ewan McGregor as Lumiere.
That's going to be interesting.
And Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts.
Yeah, the casting I'm not mad about. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's
my
great.
biggest.
I think it has
McGregor's the
potential.
Beast?
No,
No.
he's
What's his name is in
Lumiere.
it?
Josh Gad is playing
Josh
LeFou.
Gad.
Josh Gad, yeah.
I love Josh Gad. I'm super stoked
But
about that.
Josh
my
Gad's in a lot of
biggest
stuff,
fear
right?
for this movie was that
Canadian?
everything was going to be in CGI,
Like
which
they would
isn't a
abuse
bad
it.
thing. But it's just like it was going to look way too cartoonish because it kind of was like that in Cinderella, like with all the like.
I didn't see Cinderella.
Like all like the animals, like the mice and the birds, they were all very like cartoonish, and it was like.
But what I liked
the
was they
world
weren't
they
like
s-
cartoonish like the original. Like they didn't have to talk.
Yeah, no, it's not that they talk, but it's just like the way they moved. It was very cartoonish, and it was weird in the world they like set up because it was very like Rococo, and it was very elegant. And so it almost like didn't match, and I'm afraid of like that happening for this movie because you have every object is enchanted. You have like moving plates, forks,
Yeah, I know,
teacups,
yeah.
and I was
That is scary.
and
Yeah,
it was
I'm
gonna
actually very interested.
and it was gonna scare me like the Beast was gonna be all
Awful.
CGI,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's gonna
Even if
ruin
it's
the
Actually,
movie
I
for
think
me.
really good with the
But-
Beast would have to be
I feel
CGI, but it could
That's
be
not
so bad.
no.
I think the
He's gonna
Beast could be good.
It's all special effects makeup, as far as I know.
Oh, very
It's been proven. Yeah, no, it's been proven that it was gonna be all special effects makeup.
I
Are they gonna
wonder,
use
I'm a little
CGI
disheartened
to
though
make
because I
it-
saw Beauty and the Beast, the musical, live on stage, and I'm not going
Same.
to say like it looked like a legit beast, but I mean it looked really compelling. Just the stage makeup.
Yeah,
I wish they could
love
do
the
that
way
with just
what they
minimal
did with the
CG.
musical. Yeah.
You know what was interesting about I actually did watch this film. I have to say it was alright, but Beastly, which was like just the kind of a
Wasn't that based on a
Oh,
book?
off
nope.
of yeah, but I'm saying
I avoided that movie
instead
just the
of-
way they made the Beast.
Instead of making him like this furry creature, they like gave him like horrible scars.
No,
But
no,
that
no.
was
They
a
weren't
really-
horrible scars. They were like really bad tattoos.
Yeah, he has like a
whatever, but
vine
there's
on him,
scars
right?
and like stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
and I was
thought
like,
it an
really,
interesting take
that's what
on
a
it.
beast looks like? A bald kid with like
It
some
was an
tattoos.
interesting take on it. I thought it was a
Was
good
it as
like
disappointing
way
as the
around.
Babadook? Because
I didn't think the Babadook was bad.
Huh? I'm not saying the
No commentary.
Well, the movie was it was okay. There was some really good moments in it, but I'm saying I meant the Babadook as a monster itself.
hoping we get a
yeah,
trailer
that was
for-
Really
weird.
crap.
I'm hoping we get a trailer for Beauty and the Beast soon. I know it's 2017,
There,
but
there've been. I don't know if there's been any trailers. I know there's been promotional
they
posters.
showed they've just shown
There's been-
the logo.
Yeah, there's been posters, but
can
no
never remake
movies.
Aladdin.
I mean, no trailers just yet. So
I feel like
I
once
mean,
the Jungle Book is over, then they'll start flooding us with the trailers for it.
yeah.
Well, I don't know what else. they've
I'm a
done,
little
I'm
bit
not sure.
intrigued by how they're going to do Beauty and the Beast now.
I'm intrigued by how they're going to do the Little Mermaid, like being underwater.
Well, they're redoing actually one of
but
my
I'm
older
not
favorite
happy
Disney
with
movies.
Ariel. I'm not happy with her.
Oh, because it's not Emma Stone.
No,
No,
I
it's
wanted it
just
to be.
she's not
I
maybe
actually,
redhead.
I actually thought Holland Roden would have been perfect for it.
Well, I mean, in the
Holland
original
Rhodes?
story, she
Holland
wasn't a
Roden.
redhead.
She plays Lydia on Teen Wolf. Another Teen Wolf reference, but she's actually genuinely looks perfect for Ariel,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, you know who Ariel in the Disney movie is based off of, right?
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Yeah, her body. They used her body as like a caricature for.
Yeah.
Well, in the
Ariel.
original story, she wasn't a redhead.
I know. And the original story is much different.
Of course it is. Most of the
Hans
fairy tales
Christian
are.
Andersen,
No, yeah, Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah, very different, which I actually find it to be.
In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy didn't have ruby slippers. It was silver.
Yep, they made them red to enhance the CG
Yeah.
and the Technicolor.
Yeah.
And they also had to
sometimes the
bind
changes
her
for movies are
chest.
great.
Yeah,
They're
that
iconic.
change is
So,
amazing. So.
what
And I
about
mean,
you,
like,
Raoul? What's
yeah.
your favorite Disney movie?
Aladdin.
I don't think that's getting that's been.
Yeah, no, it
I
can't.
feel like there's somebody.
No, there's no way. You can't remake Aladdin. Come on, without Robin
It's
Williams.
gonna
there's no way.
happen.
Aw, I guess
Probably.
that's true.
No, it's gonna happen.
It
but it's
works
never
well
gonna
for
be
Broadway.
Good. It's
I'm
never
trying
gonna
to
be
think.
good.
There's
I was
somebody
just
who
thinking that.
specifically, like a celebrity that really truly looks so much like Aladdin.
The guy who
Oh,
played Aladdin.
No, are you? Wait,
Because
wait,
he
wait,
did.
wait.
No, but he's too
He
old.
was
now.
on
Is it the
Full
guy from
House.
Victorious?
Oh, he would be
Long
great.
hair,
Yeah.
right?
But
I know who you're
also,
thinking of.
what's his name? I can't remember who it is.
I
He
think
would
it's
be
the guy
good though
from-
too. Avin Yohia or something
I don't know
like
how to
that.
say his name.
No, dude, Adam Levine.
No!
I meant to say
Maybe
I meant to say
Jafar.
Devine.
Divine.
Divine.
Adam
I don't know how to say his name. They're all
Adam
the
Devine
same.
from Workaholics.
Yeah.
I don't think I could see him playing Aladdin.
No, it's the
No,
whole
I
point.
would
I could
like
see
to-
him being
No,
Genie.
Anthony Anderson as Aladdin.
I think they should.
Why?
Because I feel like he'd make a good Aladdin. He'd be hilarious. You know, he could be like,
But no, I think that if someone were to play Aladdin, it should be like someone with that ethnicity, personally.
No, I think we should keep the trends of just trying to like keep things up to date. So
Well, in that
should
case, do
have
the same thing
Aladdin,
with Jasmine.
But have the roles reversed. So it's like a prince and a homeless woman.
I would be interested
and
in that.
It'll be
Technically,
the exact same movie.
Disney's version of
but
Aladdin
worse.
isn't the original version either. Aladdin was set in China.
Just like Ghostbusters.
So technically, Aladdin and
Yeah, you haven't
Jasmine
seen
should
it
be
yet.
Middle East
It'll
or
be okay.
Chinese or Asian.
Really? Because it looks like an abomination.
Listen, but I think that even if it was a male cast, it wouldn't be that great because it's just not a movie
That's
that needs.
very valid. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying is that the only reason that movie is getting remade is they're like, hey, what if we just made the same movie that was successful in its time period, and we'll just make it with girls, and it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean,
And it
I'd
won't
have
be.
to agree.
It won't be.
You guys looking forward to the live-action Dumbo that Tim Burton's doing?
Oh, Jesus.
Is that really going to be a thing?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
What? See, remakes.
Why?
I feel like we end up
Well,
talking
they're
about this
remaking
every
one of my
week with the
favorites, but it's not going to be
Yeah,
a
me
musical.
too.
They're remaking
It's just
Pete's
like
Dragon.
the worst of all time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, but not animated. What's your favorite Disney film?
Non-animated? Oh.
Non-animated.
So like the old live-action ones, or like including the newer ones?
Fantasia.
Anything you
Animated.
want. Just it has to be like real people. Because of
Pete's
mine.
Dragon.
Well, what's non-animated Disney films? I can't even
Is
think about it.
Like
Lizzie
Mary
McGuire.
Poppins.
Lizzie
I'm
McGuire.
gonna-
All of
Look
those,
it up.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks, another great one.
The Lizzie McGuire.
I'm going to have to say
Song
Mary
of the
Poppins.
South.
That's just iconic
mine.
movie.
What is it?
Mary Poppins.
Oh yeah.
Love
Mine's a
it.
tie between
Non-
Bedknobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury and David Tomlinson, and Pete's Dragon with Helen Reddy and Mickey Rooney,
Live
which they're
action
remaking.
Disney.
Of course they are.
But it's not going to be a musical, so I'm angry.
Do you think they would do a Lizzie McGuire movie too?
I don't think they could do it without Hilary Duff.
I
Well, she
don't.
would do it. I don't see why not.
I feel like
don't
they're
know
going
if
to
that's ever
say
gonna
you
come
look
back.
too old, though.
No, but it would be like a time jump.
Who looks?
But I
It'd
feel
be
like they wouldn't really.
class reunion.
But
Kate
you have to
Stillman.
imagine who they would be marketing it to. They would only be able to really to market it to the kids like us who grew up
Yeah,
with
I
it.
would
Today's
see it
generation
on
would
the
be like, who in the world was Lizzie McGuire?
My child will.
No,
100%
I say
see
after Lizzie McGuire movie, everything ends from there.
I
No,
would say
no
leave it
going
where it
back.
is.
I don't want to know what else they're doing in their life. The Lizzie McGuire movie was the perfect ending.
Leave it where it is. It's good the way it is.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 is my favorite live-action movie.
All right.
Why?
All right, guys. I think we're about to run into the end
So
of the
we
show.
have to do our music picks.
Oh,
Yes.
Disney Channel had a ton of live-action
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Okay.
We can talk
Music
about the
picks
Halloween movies.
of
The
those were good.
Descendants.
The week.
Yeah. What's your music choice of the week?
So basically, this is a portion of the show where we
You've
discuss.
seen this movie. Boom. That's my favorite.
Can I have one thing to put on my demo reel, please? Okay.
No.
We're gonna do our music pick of the week, where we each talk about our favorite artist or song that we have been listening to this week. So, Janine, will you please start this off?
Can you come back to me?
Raul.
Why don't you just cut your demo reel and just put the good parts of it in it?
Because there's no good parts.
Yes, there are.
I've
We
been
have some
looking
great parts.
No, I've been watching my old footage and stuff like that, and it's just like everything gets screwed up somehow.
You're never
That's
gonna
not
be
our
happy,
fault.
I feel, if you're just gonna be unsatiable.
That is not our fault.
Okay, wait. Actually, I know my music pick. It's called Tous les Mêmes by Stromae.
What was that?
It's Stromae is a Dutch artist, but who speaks French.
Awesome.
So
Stromae.
it's no, not. Okay, bye. No, the song I'm probably not pronouncing right. It's called Tous les Mêmes. It's French, but the song is about like kind of like guys' roles in like relationships. It's like a social perspective of it. Stromae is like a really great artist. I love him. He's very smart, but he's also very like entertaining. So look him up, please.
Mine actually is pretty interesting. Again, it's going to be show tunes. I've actually been listening
Shocking.
to the Grease soundtrack again in anticipation for Leva's production of Grease, which is happening this weekend.
Go see Grease.
Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday.
Chicks will cream
It's going to
for
be
Grease
really, really
Friday.
awesome. Grease is, in fact, the word.
Yeah.
Okay, so
My quote was
my music pick this week would have to be, well, okay, so there's this artist that okay, the song is called Skeleton Key by Kenzie May, and there's a really great version of it on the Mahogany Sessions that I've listened to for a while now, but I just discovered, because I have Apple Music, that she has like an actual studio version of it, which I actually prefer the acoustic, and I wish that there was an acoustic version on that you could get, but the real version is really cool as well. So Skeleton Key by Kenzie May, and then also Death of a Bachelor by Panic at the Disco, my boy Brendan Urie, who I love.
Wait, what song was that by Panic?
Death of a Bachelor. It's a new.
Is that the one where he's strapped on the table?
No, that's this
No.
is gospel.
Yeah, that's.
I
cool.
saw
Oh
a
my
snip
gosh,
of that on
amazing.
Facebook. That was
They-
so good.
They just isolated the vocals.
Raul, what's
so
your music
amazing.
pick?
Why
sorry, I'm so excited.
your music pick always has like an
Mary.
asterisk next to it, where it's like, here's my music pick, and here's my dissertation on why I chose it this week.
I'm very passionate about music.
My music pick is Meat Puppets. I'm a Mindless Idiot. Go listen to it. It's an instrumental song. It's
Is that supposed to be a spin-off of Mr. Meaty?
What?
Wasn't that a really bad show on Nickelodeon?
All right, well.
Anyway.
No, wait,
Music,
really
but
quickly,
okay.
we're going to do our selfie of the week.
Are we?
Yes, we are. I don't have my phone, though, so someone else has to do it.
No, we're not. We're cutting it to
we
black
are.
right now.
Bye.
Cut to black right
Bye.
now.
Picture.
Bye.
Cut it to black right
Bye.
now. You're not gonna post.